Hello everyone, welcome back to Divine Angelic Chosen One channel. This is Gracie and Spiritual Earth Angel 623, Sarai Natural Beauty, skincare products, aromatherapy candles, and the astrology box. So, just to give, touch into what's going on, is that I'll be back to doing my readings and downloads and what God has given me a lot of downloads. But right now, my focus is mostly on my two business, in my astrology box that I had, advertised and put on, different platforms and stuff like that, which it is selling out and doing very well. So I thank all of my reviewers, all of my subscribers from different platforms, followers, regular customers, new customers, and stuff like that. I thank you all for supporting Sarai Natural Beauty, skincare products, aromatherapy candles, and also my new product, the astrology box. And with the astrology box, it has a lot of, has the 4 candles of the earth element, air, water, fire, and earth candles. And that can be used for a lot of different things. It could be used for readings or different air element signs or earth signs or zodiac signs. It has a real nice aroma therapy scent. Not overpowering, anything like that. It would do energy clearing. It can just be there for meditation, yoga, and different things like that. You can give us a gift also, or just burn it just for regular scent in your house. Also, then I have the 3D astrology calendar. The 3D, everything is handcrafted by me. And that right there is also, you can use that for different moon cycles. Use it as a calendar for every day if you like. It can be as a novelty, for a keepsake, give to occasion. You can use it for readings, different things like that, astrology, neurology, and everything else. Also, too, then I have like the evil eye hand. That's just like a novelty and keepsake that you could use, or give to someone or whatever, or just keep, around the home and different things like that to avoid any evil or negative intentions. And then I also have my children's aromatherapy candle. And that's for, and I have already posted stuff up on different platforms, my podcast, and also the website and different things like that you can buy. Also, too, with the kids thing, it can be for a nursery. It has a really soft scent for children. It's not overpowering. Aromatherapy for nursery, for sleep time, bedtime, bath times. A lot of the candles can be used for bath times also. Then I have the man cave candles. For men, it's aromatherapy candle also. It can be used for any man, for their home, the house, the office. A lot of the candles can be used in the office also, your business, and different things like that, that you can use the candles for. Any parts of your home also. The man cave candle can be for, it's for men, or, unisex or whatever you want to call it. But it's, you can use it for that part. You can do for special occasions, bath time, or for scent or clearing the home. It's good also with that. And then I have the astrology novelties and keepsake of the 7 chakras. They can be used for meditation. It can be used for yoga. It can be used for clearing different chakras. You know, the 7 chakras of your body, or your aura, your energy. It can be used for that also. And like I said, it can be used for a keepsake. You can give as a gift with that. The next one is the little dice and the number dice. The Sarai Natural number dice. And what the number dice is, you can use that for when you're doing your astrology reading, your neurology reading, your tarot card reading, or you can just use it for, you can play games with it. Also with the dice, it can be a number game that you can play with it also, with those dices too. Or it can just be for a keepsake, you know, or a novelty or a collection or anything like that. You could, all of this could be for. And just wanted to let everybody know that I've been really busy working on, you know, my new project and everything like that. And like I said, it's going very well. I thank God for that. I thank my ancestors and spiritual guides and angels and everything else protecting my business, protecting my baby, my product, and different things like that, and getting it off on a good start and a good note. So I thank everyone for that. And I will be back, you know, doing my readings, you know, and doing astrology and different things like that, and talking about my downloads and my dreams and visions and different things like that. I will be back with that. I haven't given up on that. I will be back. It's just that I need to put that to a side for right now and focus on what God wants me to focus on, this astrology box from Sarai Natural Beauty, and it's made by Gracie. How I got my name Sarai came from the Bible. When I came out 3 years ago, which is next week of July the 17th, is really when I started Sarai Natural Beauty business back in 2021. And I didn't have a name for this business, so I ended up going through the Bible, and where God had changed Sarah's name to Sarai after her and Abraham, you know, had a baby, and, you know, at their old age, and her name was changed from Sarah to Sarai. And that's how I got the name of my business. Sarai Natural Beauty is from the Bible, from Sarah and Abraham back in the day story. So that's how the name of Sarai Natural Beauty came about. It was not given, you know, taken from nobody else's name or anything like that. I got that name from the Bible. From the King James Version Bible is where I got that name from, back in July 17th of 2021, when I really came out with Sarai Natural Beauty business. So let's get that straight. With people trying to paint a negative narrative picture about my business, my name, and, you know, name of the business and name and everything else. So we gonna clear that up. And like I said, God gave me that name to use for the business, and that's how Sarai Natural Beauty got her business. It's when I prayed and I meditate and ask God what to name this business. So let's move on, because you got some ignorant people that always trying to change the narrative of something and assume something that they don't know nothing about. And you know, we all know those type of people that always are making assumptions and they don't know nothing about anything. Only thing they hear about is hearsay and lies, or they make up lies. So I just wanted to get that clear and get that straightened out in the opening. Um, there's nobody else doing um, the astrology box but me. Only Gracie, only by Sarai Natural Beauty. You will see my business brand name stamp on a lot of my products when you order it, and you know that it's coming from Sarai Natural Beauty, made by Gracie, astrology box. So in a lot of things, like I said, you would have that trademark would be on it. And it's also copyright. So a lot of my videos and stuff that I post is already copyright. So there's no, taking videos and taking pictures and posting it on your social media page or whatever. Everything is copyright on there. And it's also trademark and branded to Sarai Natural Beauty business name. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. Is that y'all have a blessed day with peace, love, joy, and happiness. Keep on moving forward. Stay with a positive mind, a positive mindset. Set out and do whatever type of goals that you have in life that you want to do. Stay on your own life path cycle. Stay on your own purpose and your mission, and God will see you through. By me staying focused on my purpose and my mission in life and what God wanted me to do. And that's how everything is kept moving forward. And that's how everything began to prosper and to grow and to manifest in my life. Both of my business that I have is flourishing, and I thank God, and I'm grateful for God, for giving me dreams, giving me visions, giving prophecies over my life of what my life will be 10, 20 years from now. By following my mission, staying on my purpose, staying on my path, staying in my lane, minding my own business, and doing what God is telling me to do. And when you begin to do that and listen to what God is telling you to do, especially when you on your life path, your mission, your purpose, and not getting on somebody else's life path and mission and purpose, you will see a lot of things begin to flow into your life. 13. Things will begin to flow into your life, and it flows easy into your life, where you be at peace, that eternal peace, mind, body, and soul. Nothing can move you. Nothing can deter you from your vision, from your dreams, or whatever goals that you have this year in life. When you keep your eyes stayed on God, and your mind and body, soul is in tune and it's just one with God, then, like I said, everything begin to flow into your life. Things that are not supposed to be into your life, God will remove it out of your life for good. I have seen where God have moved a lot of things, a lot of people, known and unknown, out of my life, out of my pathway, that tried to block me. And He's beginning to move them out of the way, because there's a prophecy that was over my life that needs to be fulfilled. And there's nobody that can do anything to stop it. Nobody can hinder it. They can't hinder my blessings. They can't hinder anything that I manifest in this lifetime. They cannot hinder it. And if they try to, God will immediately have judgment upon them. Karma will come to them immediately. And wherever else that God's fit so to do to these people, they're trying to stop and block me from fulfilling a prophecy over my life and a vision, a dream that I have, that God is manifesting. People needs to mind their business and stay in their own lane. When you mind your business and stay in your own lane, then you'll begin to see the good things that God is doing in your life and where He wants you to go in your life, in your path, your spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening. A lot of people don't want to go through a lot of spiritual awakening, spiritual journey, because it's a lot of tearing down the strongholds in your life, tearing down the weakness in your life, tearing down what of not is not of God, spiritually and naturally. And it takes a lot of healing in a lot of different areas in your life that you might have experienced from childhood all the way up to adulthood. And a lot of people don't want to go through a lot of those changes in healing. They want to take shortcuts, or they don't want to do it at all. And that's where people begin to be unequally yoked in relationships. Because two has to agree to walk together for the common good, for the common ground. And unequally yoked in different situations in your life is not good. And therefore, God will begin to remove the part that doesn't benefit you, the part that is fake. And it could be a divine counterpart, divine partner, whatever. He will begin to move them out of your life and place what is rightfully belonged there. Sometimes it takes God to open your eyes up and let you see the fakeness and the falseness of people that is around you, that wants to harm you instead of doing good. And He's going to begin to remove these people from your life. I'm a living witness, because He has removed a lot of people from my life that was here to intentionally try to harm me than to do me good. Either they straighten up and do right, and if they don't, then God will start doing the removing process. And sometimes it can take years, and sometimes it can take months, weeks, or days. It depends on the situation, because everybody's situation is a little bit different. So you can't judge your situation on the next person's situation, because it's very different. The only two people that could be alike in different situations, if you are twins or quadruplets or triplets, then you all will have some type of same similarity, characteristics and personalities and traits. But when God only made one person of you and not a twin, then your situation will be different from the other person. Your life is going to be different from the other person. It doesn't matter how people try to mimic, trying to copy your life. It's still not authentic. It's still not the original DNA that God has placed into your life, your chromosomes, when you were a baby inside your mother's womb. People can try to copy things and it's not going to be the right original recipe, the right original craft, the right original vision. And we see it all the time that people will come up with inventions, then somebody else will try to copy and make it better, and it still is not right. It's still not like the original owner, the original person that made it or developed that invention. Because they're the only ones that has the insight. They're the only ones that know how it works, how they made it. And that's why a lot of times when people do copycats on things, it doesn't work out for them. It doesn't work the same way. It's not made the same way. Something is a little off. You know, it's so, like I said, it's such a blessing. And like I said, I had got a message on from YouTube, I think it was. And it was saying something about that my channel or something, that somebody was messing with my channel, was messing with my numbers, was messing with a lot of things, my videos and stuff like that, the titles of it, they were messing with it. Trying to tweak my subscribers and views and everything else. So I've been keeping up with it, and I can see that they definitely were, because some days my reviews is higher, my subscribers is higher, and then all of a sudden my likes is higher too, and then all of a sudden I see the numbers are down. So I'm already aware of that and keeping an eye on that. 2222, already keeping an eye on that and aware of what's going on and keeping records of it. And I'll address that when it's time to address that with YouTube or whatever. So I'm not worried right now, but I will be addressing it because I have been keeping records of it, of what's going on. And so, and the person was Mona, that sent me that email or whatever. Her name was Mona. And what make it so bad is that she disabled me from commenting or sending something back to her, which was weird. You know, if you from YouTube or whatever platform, you don't disable any comments. You disable submission to somebody can submit something back or ask a question. So I knew then that this could be one of the people that was messing with my channels and different things like that. That's worked for YouTube or whatever. And it's a shame that if it is a workers of YouTube that is messing with my channels and videos and stuff like that, they will get their judgment. Judgment will come to them and karma will come to them when they least expect it. Their days are numbered and they will get it, whoever it is, because it doesn't make any sense. It's very pathetic. It's very childish and immature for grown people to do something that you don't know nothing about that person, never met the person, never seen the person, and there's a billion million subscribers and creators and everything else that is on YouTube and other platforms, and you want to mess with someone that on a spiritual journey. What does that make sense? That doesn't make sense to me at all. That's not normal. You have a vendetta between somebody that you don't know, that just created a channel a year ago. And that right there don't make sense to me. And What's the reason behind it? Unless you got paid for it to do it, which, everything's a paper trail. So sooner or later, you'll get caught for that too, whoever they are that's doing it. Sooner or later, you will get caught for doing stuff like that, under the table stuff. 25. Nothing hidden in the dark is always going to come to the light. Somebody's always going to squeal, they're going to tell, or whatever. And like I said, it's always going to be paper trails of what's been done. So that's why I don't argue about petty stuff that I know that God is going to take care of it for me. I have the faith that God is going to get the vengeance for me. He's already fighting my battles. So I don't have to worry about what people say or what people think and how they talk about me or how they talk about my videos or whatever. I don't care. As long as you're not in my face, directly in my face, telling me this, then you're fine. But if you ever approach me and come to my face, then I would handle the situation a lot different. And you wouldn't like the way that I handle it in person or face to face. So, like I said, people talked about Jesus Christ and other people in the Bible, prophets and different things in the Bible, didn't believe them, didn't believe their gifts and anything else. So, what make me that God has chosen, anointed, and appointed and highly favored and gave me gifts, spiritual gifts, prophetic, gifts and dreams and visions and different things like that. So what make me not be different? People going to judge you because a lot of things is unknown. They don't understand, or they don't want to understand that God can use a person. So people will try to paint this negative picture and characteristic of you to try to dim your light. But then God still arise me. He still makes me rise from the ashes like a phoenix from the ashes. I rise up even more stronger, even more brighter. That's when you know that you have the hand of God over your life. When people try to do a lot of things and against me, unethical things, unlegal things, and it still didn't work, and it still backfired in their faces. They tried to send sickness to me, and it backfired in their faces. They're the ones that got sick. Some of them even died. Just out of nowhere, just died. Because when God has chosen, appointed, and anointed you, and highly favored you for a purpose, for a mission, ever since you was a child, nobody can touch that. He said, touch my anointing and does my prophet no harm. That's a scripture in the Bible. When you begin to touch God anointed and his prophet and come against them, that's when the wrath of God will come upon your life so bad that you would wish that you never, ever spoke up my name, speak up me, touch anything that I have created, my business, my home, my children, or whatever, my marriage, or anything. You wish that you never, ever touch that. See, people laugh about things, but then they don't tell the truth when God is punishing them, when God's wrath is upon their life. See, they're not going to talk about that. 30. They're not going to talk about that at all. When they going through bad times, ups and downs, heartaches, you know, how can someone talk about another person when you already going through what you're going through? But see, you're not going to talk about that at all. You're not going to show your hand on that. You're going to act like that everything is so good and wonderful and everything is going good in your life. And behind closed doors, your life is falling apart. You losing money, you losing business, you losing a whole lot all the way around 360. You're not going to talk about that though. You're not going to talk about how things that you plan, evil plots and plan backfired in your face. You're not going to talk about that. That's why I say it's always two sides to every story. It's always two sides to every story. Because we all, as human beings, going to go through ups and downs, good and bad times. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's always God's doing his punishment and judgment. Sometimes it could be fate. It could be your destiny at that point in time to go through whatever you have to go through at that time to learn your lesson and you move forward. As long as we're here on this earth as human beings, we always going to have trials and tribulations that we're going to have to go through at one point in time in our life, in different stages of our life. It doesn't mean that, that you have done something wrong or God's judgment is upon you. No. Sometimes it's your own mistakes. Sometimes your own wrongdoing. You going against the word of God. You going against what God has spoken into your life or what God is talking to you about. You went against it. Then that's when you cause your own trials and tribulations and your judgment and your karma. Sometimes it comes that way to you. Just like a lot of people don't like what people say on their videos or whatever or platforms. You know, it's okay. If you don't like it, then move forward. Move on. It's not meant for you. A lot of things that people say and do, it's not meant for you. If it doesn't apply to your life and your right now and your situation, and you know you're not going through anything, you haven't done anything to nobody, then you don't have no reason to worry about anything, because that means that message, that video, that posting does not pertain to you. The only time it pertains to you is when you get offended by it. And you feel some type of way. That means convictions. That's what that means. You having convictions when you read something or you hear something. That means conviction inside of you that God needs for you to heal, for you to get your life together so you can move forward and not be stuck going repeating cycles and cycles all over again because you have not learned your lessons. You're not taking heed. You know, you one way, you another. One way, you this way, and then out in public you something else. Behind closed doors you one way. Then when you're around certain people, you're a different way. That's a person that doesn't understand what type of life they have, what type of purpose or mission, whatever they have. They're confused. Or they're trying to paint this picture out in public to give false illusions to people, projection, perspective to people that they're this way. But behind closed doors, they're a totally different person. And that's when you notice that people has mental issues. Undenying mental issues. That denies it. That they have it. And when people begin to call out things and truth that they see, you shouldn't get mad about it. You should thank the person, try to do better, and move forward. But instead, you want to reverse psychology. And then you want to throw up in their face and bring up everything else that they have done. Because you don't want to admit your wrongdoings. You getting convicted. God is bringing conviction to your spirit, naturally and spiritually. And when you pretend that you're so into your religion and you're not, it shows. It shows a lot. When you want to be a groupie and a follower instead of being a leader and standing up for what is right. Stand up for your unique personality or character or person that you are. And not try to fit in with the crowd. And that's why I thank God so much that I don't fit in crowds. Never have and never will. In all my life, I never fit into groups and crowds of people. I always stood out alone as a leader. I don't follow people. Just because you do this don't mean that I have to do the same thing. I use my discernment when it comes to different things in different situations. I speak up and stand my ground, expose the truth when I need to expose it. With boldness and confidence. You know, you can't put fear in someone's life when they don't have any fears. They're not afraid of dying. They're not afraid of living. They're not afraid of speaking. So you can't put fears in nobody's life when that person is like that. You do or you don't. Like they say, you damn you do, you damn you don't. But I'm always going to be 100 when I'm around in the public or behind closed doors. I'm not going to waver who I am and really is. I'm not going to hide who I am and who God made me to be. I'm Gracie and this is how He made me. It's what you get. You're not going to get me wavering who I am personally. I'm always loving and kind, always giving. People that really know me knows that I'm a loving, kind person. I will give my last to anybody. I'm not a hateful, selfish, evil person at all. Never have and never will be in my bone. If you make me mad, yes, you're always gonna see another side of a person when you make that person's mad. Or you get on the person's skin. Or you keep on doing petty stuff to the person. Of course you're gonna see another side of that person. It's because you're provoking that person. That's the reason why. And then sometimes you don't. You know, getting too old for these immaturity in people and adults that hasn't grown up. That has not grown up yet. That is stuck in their childhood ways. And when you come across adults that act very petty, immature, and childish, there's something that's in their childhood that they're stuck and they're unhealed. And they can't move forward until they get the healing and go through the healing process and to confront whatever it was that got them stuck and that they can't move from being childish and immature as an adult. God is shaking up this world. He's shaking up things. He's waking up people. 4141. He is waking up people to see the truth. The blind eyes will open and see the truth in every situation. No spell work, hexes or curses or nothing can do. I just don't understand how all this became popular, in this century. The spell work, the chanting, the hexes and the curses. How did all this become so popular on social media when normally back in the day, this stuff was a hush-hush type stuff? Then nobody would know nothing about this. Now, in this time and century, everything is out in the opening. People is doing even live stuff on social media. Don't they know that they're putting their life in danger? And I mean spiritually also. Not naturally, but spiritually. Because God sees everything that you do. And when it comes time for judgment day, how can you explain yourself, what you was doing here on this earth? The sinful things that you were doing. How can you explain it? And the only thing he's going to do is rewind the video and play it. And he's going to play back everything that you have done. And you getting enjoyment out of doing spells on people that you don't even know nothing about. Just ran across their picture, their video profile, and you just decided you didn't like them. And you wanted to do evenness towards them. Don't you know you will be accountable for that when it's time? You might not get your judgment and karma while you're here on earth, but you better believe it, that wherever place you go, heaven or hell, or whatever place that you decide to go for eternity life, you will get what's coming to you. Damnation will come to you. That's why people need to get their life right. You don't go dipping and dabbing into evilness, voodoo, hoodoo, or whatever it is that you know nothing about. You don't go start enticing entities and demons that you know nothing about. You don't know how to control them when you have unleashed them. You don't go dipping and dabbing in the underworld, especially when you know nothing about it. Because when you start unleashing different entities and demons from the underworld, calling on summons, and then they roaming around here in the spiritual realm and natural realms, jumping in and out of people, different things like that, and you don't know how to control it. You don't know how to call it back and cast it back to where it come from. That's when you don't need to be dipping and dabbing into black magic. Especially, too, when you're not called. Or you don't have the wisdom and knowledge to do so. Some people God has gave special gift, what they call in the Bible, soothsayers. And soothsayers was when Saul, when David came on the scene, Saul was going to a psychic and a soothsayer. And there was a lot of different powerful men in the Bible was going to insult like psychics and astrology and neurologies and, voodoo and, witch doctors and stuff like that. It was always in the Bible. And they go and see them. So God did make some people like that had that special gift. But it's only very few people that God has really gave that talent, that gift to. A lot of people went to, that I seen online where they would go to different other, spiritual workers or whatever you want to call them, and evil workers too, and learn, how they do things. But just because you learn how they do things doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, especially when you're not called or that gift is not for you. If God did not give you that gift to do something like that, and like I said, it was in the Bible. So if God had these people like witch doctors and voodoo and soothsayers and different things that the Pharaoh and different people use in the Bible for consultants, then it was there. That was a gift. But you had to use your gift in the right way. Do not use your gifts that God give you spiritually and psychic abilities for the wrong reasons. Because you don't like somebody or you want to see somebody fall or down. Don't you know that God will take those gifts from you and you will not be able to use them again because you use them in the wrong way? Sometimes gift is used to edify. Sometimes gifts are used for God, to show that He is God, that He can give you and provide you with gifts, spiritually and naturally, to make a unbeliever a believer. It's in the Bible. Look it up. Read it for yourself. See, don't take people's words. You study it for yourself and read and get revelation for yourself. Don't just take what people say and then you just follow it. You got to study to show yourself approved. We are constantly learning every single day. I know I am. I don't take what people say and just go with it. I go and look it up and do research also to make sure, it's understanding clarity. Because some people can stir you down the wrong way. You guys, like I said, you got people that like to follow. There's people that like to follow. And when you have people that likes to follow and believe everything that somebody say to them, and then they want to repeat what they say, instead of you going and study the word or whatever yourself. You go and look at the religion, different religions, and you learn it for yourself. Don't take other people's word for it. See, that's a difference. Because some people can stir people the wrong way. You get yourself into different situations, different things. You can't blame nobody but yourself. You can't go and blame the person that you say, oh, well, I listened to this person, that's why. No, you your own person. You have the right to say yes or no. You have the right to walk away or don't. Can nobody make you walk away from someone? Especially if you really love that person. Nobody can make you walk away. There is no spells, no witchcraft, no hexes, no nothing, no curses, no nothing, no third party, no nothing. It's going to separate you from that person unless that person really wants to be gone and wants to leave. That person will leave on their own. It won't be by the hands of another person. It's because they wanted to leave. Not because somebody did something behind the scenes. No. And sometimes God does the removing of it too. And when things like that happen, don't fall apart. Life goes on. That means that person was in your life for a season. And then it's time to move forward to the next thing that's going to be better for you in the long run. Some people don't meet their soulmates until they get older. Some meet them young, some meet them, now, and some meet them when they're much older. You cannot base your life on somebody else's lifestyle or personality. You don't know how or what they did to get to where they're at to this day. Only thing you looking at is the after fact. After they done went through their trials and tribulations. And now you see and reap, you seeing them reaping the harvest. But everybody reaps their harvest at different times. Everybody goes through their trials and tribulation at different times and different stages of their life. 55. So until then, keep moving forward, living your life. Stay in your lane. Stop trying to copy and mimic somebody else's gifts in life. It's not going to work. It's not going to work for you. It's going to bring you much heartaches and much pain and much missed opportunities and unfortunate going to come into your life because you stepped off your path and got into somebody else's purpose that was not intent for you from the beginning. So you can't get mad with that person. You got to get mad with yourself because you got off on your own spiritual journey and got onto somebody else's. Don't get mad. You have to be mad at yourself for getting off on your own purpose. And when things don't work your way, you can't get mad about that either. Because you made those choices. You made those decisions. So now you got to live with it. And if you try to get on people's path, and whatever they go through, you're going to go through it too. Because if they have misfortune going in their life, you're going to have misfortune. If they have bad marriages and breakup and different things going in their life, you're going to have it. If they got sickness going on, you're going to have it too. So that's why you need to be careful when you say that you want to get on somebody else's spiritual path, because you don't know down the line of what's going to happen into their life later on. You don't know if sickness is going to take them out. You don't know car accident, plane, or whatever, gunshot or whatever. And then you still want the same life that they want. I do not want to be like nobody else. And I don't want to live nobody else's life. I want to live the life that God has given me from childhood. It's the life that I'm going to live. And I am living it without any hindrance, any stagnation. And I will continue to live it and walk in my path, my spiritual path, my divine destination, my divine destiny that God has placed over my life. I will continue to walk it until God decided to take me home. And nobody can stop it. Like I said, I keep moving forward. Every single day, I'm still moving forward and still in peace. Still making my money in both business. Still living a happy, peaceful life. And that's how it's going to be. As long as I stay in the will of God. And listen to Him every day when He talks to me. Some people need to open their ears and eyes and hear what God is saying. Then their life will be a better off too. Then you wouldn't be going into the wrong direction, the wrong path. You wouldn't be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Because then God will forewarn you of danger ahead. If you had your ears, your eyes open, and your heart open to listen to what God is saying and believe what He's saying. And don't allow nobody that don't believe in you and your vision, your dreams to deter you, to make you feel bad and shame and turn away from your calling just because they are afraid of their calling. They're afraid to do what God is telling them to do. You move forward and you allow that person to deal with their own soul and salvation. And you move forward. And you can continue to believe in your gifts that God has given you. Because sooner or later, God will remove that person out of your life because that person is unequally yoked to you. And He will remove that person out of your life. They keep on trying to block you. They keep trying to tear you down. He will remove that person out of your life for good. You keep on whatever spiritual gift, journey, whatever God has to place on your heart and your mind. You continue to speak it. You continue to move forward with it. And believe in whatever God is telling you. You believe in it. And move forward. Because God is going to let the people that needs to hear it, they're going to hear it at the right amount, at the right a certain time. In a point of their life that they need to hear it. For encouragement, for positivity. Keep on doing your spiritual work, your healing, your spiritual bath, your meditation, your prayers. Continue. Continue believing in your ancestors, your archangels, your spiritual guides in God, and believe in yourself. When nobody else believes in you, you believe in yourself. And have the faith and keep moving forward because God gonna see you through everything when the time is right. So until next time, July the 13th, 2024. Saturday. Peace, love, joy, and happiness, and much blessings. Keep moving forward. Keep spreading that positive energy, that love, that compassion. Keep speaking your ground, telling the truth when you need to. Until next time, this is Gracie from the Divine Angelic Chosen One channel, Spiritual Earth Angel 623, Sarai Natural Beauty, skincare products, aromatherapy candle, and the astrology box.